All right, let's go ahead and add some warnings. We're going to start out with this read-only warning. So I'm going to go ahead and pop open this example right here, and we can pull up our DevTools, and we'll notice right from the get-go we have a failed prop type. You've provided a value prop to a form field without an onChange handler. This will render a read-only field. If the field should be mutable, use default value. Otherwise, set either onChange or read-only. So we want to have that exact same error. And specifically, if we want to look at the warning in our examples right here in the source examples directory, then you notice this is the read-only input that's triggering that warning where we have a value without an onChange. And if we add an onChange function, then we're not going to get that warning. So this is the situation. It's because it's a read-only input field. We can also add a read-only prop here to set that to true, and now that warning goes away. So we want to support this exact same thing with our own version of a controlled component here. So basically what we need to do is trigger a side effect if on is controlled and there's no onChange provided. So what I'm going to do is have an has onChange, and we'll just say boolean onChange, or you can do the double bang onChange thing. But now we know whether or not onChange has been provided, and then we can trigger a use effect here, and we need to determine whether to log this warning. So we're going to say if has onChange, or rather if it does not have an onChange, but it is controlled, then let's go ahead and console.error something bad. Okay, great. So let's come over here and let's go ahead and trigger this warning right here on this one. Then come back up here, open our DevTools, and there we go, something bad, awesome. But we don't want that to happen every single time we toggle this. So let's go ahead and add a dependency list here. Great, so now we'll only get it that one time, perfect. And then we also probably want to have a more useful error message here. So I'm actually just going to copy and paste something because I don't think that you really care to watch me type out this long message. So let's just paste that there, and now we get an on prop was provided to use toggle without an onChange handler. This will render a read-only toggle. If you want it to be mutable, use initial on, otherwise set onChange or read-only. Great, so let's support that read-only situation. So let's come up here and we'll accept a read-only. We can initialize that to false. And then we'll come down here to the component and we'll accept a read-only, and we'll forward that read-only. All right, and then come down here and say read-only is true. Save that. And now we need to make this error go away when we have read-only set to true. So we could just nest this and say if not read-only, then we'll log this error. We want to fix up our dependency list here and save that. And now we've gotten that taken care of. And that works out okay, but I don't want to do this nested if nonsense. So I'm just going to say and not read-only. That should do it. Okay, good. And then if we get rid of that read-only or set that read-only to false, then we should get that warning again. And then we know that that warning is not showing up for this one because otherwise we'd see two of those. So we are in a good spot. Now there's one other thing that I want to show you about this, and that is there's a package that React uses for these kinds of warnings that I'm going to go ahead and use as well. So I'm going to import warning from warning. And then I'll come down here and you can call warning, and if you pass false, then this will log. Okay, there we go. This will log. Sweet. So now all I need to do is take this, say not that, then I want to log this message. Then I can get rid of all of this. And let's make sure that we've got things squared away. There we go. And now we can just use warning to log that warning for us. Great. So now at any time, if the user of our hook forgets to pass an onChange, but is controlling it, then they're going to get a nice helpful warning indicating to them that they've got a read-only toggle value. In review, to make this work, we accepted a read-only prop and forwarded that along to use toggle so we could support read-only use cases. and then we accepted that here, defaulted it to false, and then we determined whether we have an onChange with has onChange, and then we created a React use effect using the warning package. And if this ends up being false, then we'll get this warning. So if we do not have an onChange and we're in controlled mode for this on property and read only is false, then we'll provide this helpful warning message.